You're welcome to another episode of Safety Moment with walieyullah. So, today we'll be talking about two fatal accidents that happened in recent times. While growing up, our parents, our elders used to advise us not to dip our legs in running waters whenever it's raining and there's flood all over the community. There's this highly disturbing video of an accident that recently happened in the market space, I think somewhere in this part of the world, where a good number of people got electrocuted due to an electric cable that fell inside the water. We all know, arguably or not arguably, it's open for argument. Some say water is not a conductor, some say this the hydrogen as a conductor. Whatever it is, I believe that what that substance that we call water conducts electricity. Due to the wind, due to the heavy rain, the electric cable fell and dropped inside the water, and there was the power supply. We still live in the world where those who supply us electricity really respect the integrity of our electrical cables. We are still living in a world where when you look at our cables, they are still joined before it gets to the final destination. We know in advanced country they pass most of the electrical powers underground, but even if we haven't gotten to that level yet, the issue of an electrical cable falling during rainy season should be a thing of the past. And I don't blame them. That is why most times whenever it's raining, they switch off power supply because of things like this. It's a very graphic content video, and viewer discretion is highly advised. That is the side of those responsible to provide power to us. Let's talk about we as individuals. Even while we are growing up, this was part of those things that they taught us not to dip our legs as kids. What surprises me is when you look at the video, most of those that were electrocuted were elderly people, those who are of age. And I wonder why that should happen. Number one, everyone owes a responsibility. Let's talk about the government. For there to be enough flood to have captured a lot of people that way, it means that there's poor irrigation. And these are what we call the root causes. We might argue that the cause is because of the flooding, well, the rain, but the part of the root causes is the fact that there was no proper drainage. If there was proper drainage system for water to go where it should go, if there was proper inspection of electrical cables to know the strength of these cables when they are weak, to change them regularly, not just to come and seize our cables, not just come and prevent power supply, cut off our power supply, but to also do due diligence. Yeah, I know that in some distribution companies, they have safety officers that actually go around to check, inspect things. I know of some regional officers that go around to inspect transformers, to check cables, to look at where there is overgrown of weeds around transformers and the likes. They do a lot of work. But if I don't want to go in depth into it because there are a lot of things concerning it. It requires a high number of engagement of safety professionals to be able to carry out these activities, because we just look at numbers as casualties. We don't know. We do forget that these are human beings. Every single person that died is a human being who had planned, and it can actually happen to anyone. It can happen to your family. So on the side of the government, I wish this video could get viral so that they would understand that they also play a role in this. They know they play a role, and we need to let them know that they will be held accountable for the lives that were lost. Going back to individuals, whenever it is raining and we have a heavy rain, part of those things we should do is to avoid going out of our home. We should look for a very secure place for us to sit down and wait till the rain stops and be sure that everything is safe. When we have high wind, high current wind, all these are danger signs and can increase the severity of any accident that could happen. This also goes to all of us who have our shops under live cables, under 33 cables. We have 33 kVA, we have 11 kVA, I think 33, 11. Those are the common ones. And most of us, we have our shops right under there. We have our shops right under it. These are danger signs. Even apart from the one that recently happened, there are cases where people will be in their shop, and most times our shops are made with metal containers, and we at the same time we have these our shops under electrical cables, weak electrical cables, and at the end of the day, there's possibility for an accident to happen. Let us watch out for this. Let us educate people about the consequences of not taking safety seriously. Our sincere condolence to the family of those who lost their lives. So, that is the first part of today's video. The second disturbing video is during this crisis, fuel shortage, fuel scarcity. While growing up, also, there was a particular day I did a very serious error that my dad actually cautioned me. I'm this kind of person that while growing up, I love to give. Yes, while growing up, I didn't say now. So that was then. When you come to meet me, you want this, you want that. So there's this particular family friend uh, that I was very close to, and that particular day, there was no light for some days, and they needed fuel. So I actually went to our generator house and secretly took some fuel, I think 5 liters, and I could not take it directly to them. So I ignorantly, as a little child, kept it in the library. Then my dad was perceiving fuel inside. Where is this smell of fuel smelling from? Where is this fuel smelling small? Well, what's happening? And surprisingly, or well, I say surprisingly, they saw the fuel in the library and they were like, "What happened?" So I had to open up to them that they needed fuel and there is heat and they need blah, blah, and there's no money for them. Blah blah blah. So he cautioned me that. That was when I realized that I actually played a very dangerous game because anything could have happened, and fuel inside will have aggravated whatever fire might have occurred in our home. So in this particular second accident, that is the second fatality, highly fatal accident that happened in recent times, there is this video of people who got burnt inside the bus. They completely got burnt, and what happened? Informal information got into us said that some kept fuel, kegs of fuel inside the boot so that there's fuel scarcity, so they got the opportunity to be able to buy fuel. Those fuel stations that are on the roadside do some most times have fuels because people don't regularly buy it like those in the communities. So because of that, they decided, okay, let us buy fuel, let us keep in the boot. And when the fire accident happened, they already have a lot of fuel in the boot, and that actually aggravated the fire accident that happened. Even the kegs alone, even the fuels alone is enough to cause an accident because when there's a little heat, there's spark, and we have oxygen available, definitely there will be serious fire. And also our sincere condolence to the family of those who lost their lives. This is the best we can always do, to tell them condolence. What else can we do? We can't tell them back. You see, when it comes to safety, people take it with as a joke, like nobody's praying for such to happen. Are you praying for our evil thing to happen? Are you praying for bad thing to happen? The thing is, God has given us the ability to think. There's this one of my friend that used to, when we used to have discussions, he used to tell me that God does not have does God not God used to tell me that God does not interfere in the affairs of man, though it is open to argument. But what I used to get from that information is the sincere fact that there are some things that we as human we should be responsible for. We as human we should be able to cater for, and that is why they say uh, there's what we call common sense. There's what we call common sense. So common sense to tell us that this is good and this is not good. Common sense to tell us that this is safe and this is not safe. We should always check our inner mind before we carry out some activities. And this is all we have for us on today's episode of Safety Moment with walieyullah. Remember to subscribe.